Hey guys, what is going on? This is Ip of Rage Quit TV, gonna be casting a game between Slayers.Arthur and FXO.Gumiho. It is not only a game, this is the first game in a BO3 because it is the Korean Weekly Season 3, Week number 6, Round number 2. Gumiho, of course, is a very talented Terran player, has been in and out of Code S. I think he's not in it right now at this moment, but he could be any season because he is just that darn good. Slayers.Arthur, don't know that much about him, unfortunately. I don't get to watch the GSL or the GSTL ever, so I don't get to know these lesser-known Koreans, which is why I'm doing the Korean Weekly Cast, so I can learn a little bit about these Korean players because they are all so darn good. We don't see him scouting after that 9 pylon, so he will most likely scout after the 12 or 13 gate, because if you don't scout a Terran player up, you're just setting yourself up for disaster, because they can just blind counter you so darn easily. And they just do it naturally because the Terran players have so many different build order openers. They have the 1 racks Expo, 2 racks with a proxy, 111, etc. We do see the SEV leaving after the supply depot complete, so he will be going up for command center first. We do see the 13th SEV has been queued up. And the 13 gate is going to be built for Slayers.Arthur, and he's going to be scouting on after that. And now the question is, why is there a barracks? I guess this was built at 13. Unless he canceled an SEV, I'm pretty sure this was 13 racks. Anyways, we'll end up seeing exactly what happens. If this barracks, let's see when it's going to complete. It will be a 13 racks. It is going to be completing a little bit later. Thankfully, I play a lot of Zerg, and I know the racks timing of a normal thing. So this, just slightly late, will be a 13 racks out of him. I don't know why he's doing that. Does not wall this off, so the probe does get a chance to come in. We'll be able to see the mineral line. If he gets a count on all those SVs, then he knows, okay, nothing is missing. And that will be good news for him, saying, okay, it's not a proxy Rex. I can do my 1 gate expo just fine. Barracks is completing. The order command does morph at 16 supply. And this one probe looks like he knows it is going to be a 1 racks expo and trying to delay this command center as long as possible. 2 SCVs down here, and there we go. The command center goes down, and now the issue is he is not scouting, and any scout he does go out from now on, there is a good chance of a stalker being out and denying any scouting information whatsoever. And if that happens, then you just set yourself up for something bad, as we do have 70 energy on this Nexus, no 3rd pylon out, double gas, going to be chrono boosting this sub-next core really much, not going to be doing it on his workers, going to be throwing up either a robo or a few more gates and putting on pressure. He has now put his 3rd pylon down here, so it looks like he's going to be doing a little bit of gateway pressure. Is it going to be a 2-gate pressure, 3-gate, or even a 4-gate? If I had to guess, it would most likely be a 2-gate pressure into expand. I have seen that recently. And this one Marine looks like he does not like that neutral supply depot at all. The other one does join him because, well, they have unlimited ammo, and why not? The second barracks is being completed. You do see Gumiho building a really early bunker just because, again, he is completely in the dark, has no scouting information whatsoever. The Stalker is going to be coming out and just getting a hold of this watchtower. The probe has this one watchtower, and that is not going to see this delayed scout of the S. Even if he did see that, the Stalker could meet it and take it out. Sentry is now out, going to be building yet another sentry, gathering that energy because sentries over time they become more powerful because they gain energy, so you don't want to build the stalkers. Of course, even if you built the stalkers, then you wouldn't have enough money to do things like this because they cost 75 more minerals than sentries. So not only do you gain more energy when you want to attack, but you can get more gates up. It looks like it is going to be 3-gate pressure. This stalker somehow meeting this SCV saying, nope, no delayed scout for you, and Gumiho may end up throwing a scan. This is when you end up seeing those scans, but he doesn't have the energy because he is still completely in the dark, didn't even make it to the natural, so he has no idea if anything's coming. If he got up here, saw no Nexus, then he'd probably build a few bunkers anticipating an attack, knowing as long as I hold something, I am gonna be good. And if he doesn't have his SCVs by this bunker when this attack does come, this could be really bad. One stalker just out here does see it's just one bunker, just doing a little bit of scouting to say, okay, what do I need to warp in? Do I need to warp in Zealot, Sentries, what? And it looks like this is going to be the moment. What's he end up warping in? 2 stalkers come in, just again poking, trying to bait out these units, trying to see what that composition is. And seeing those Marines may tell him enough that to know that something is going on with the barracks, because that is not many Marines for the 7-minute mark. so he may know there is tech labs on those barracks. More Stalkers morphed in with the 1 sentry, and here he goes. The SCVs are not ready for it. Marauders off in the back. Bunker's going to go down in 3 volleys. No bunker whatsoever. You can see these Stalkers just merging their way in. Force field goes on the ramp, so the reinforcements won't come. Some nice micro on those Stalkers, trying to pull the injured ones back. We do have these Marines just getting obliterated. Marauders do have concussive shells. Marines do not have combat shields or stim. And these Stalkers just doing a lot of damage. The command center, though, does lift up, goes back home, has killed 12 SCVs so far, 38 supply to 48 supply. SCVs now coming to try to repair the supply depot. They have to, and this is not good whatsoever. But we don't have Slayers.Arthur building a nexus behind this. So if he can somehow defend this, he will still have a chance, but it's going to be a small chance. And there goes the GG, and that was game number 1. Arthur taking advantage that Gumiho did not end up scouting that game, and we'll see if he ends up changing his play in the second game. You may call it cheese, but that was in very well-educated cheese, saying, okay, you're not scouting. Why aren't you scouting? So he just does what he thinks is going to win, and of course he really knew SCVs weren't coming around because he had this one watch out. Of course, it did sneak all the way throughout here, but again, if it goes this long passageway, especially with the delayed scout, then a Stalker's always going to be able to pick it off. So let's go back to that barracks, because that made absolutely... I've seen a 13 racks once, and I didn't see any benefit to it whatsoever. So, see this SCV queued up. Right now, he could, of course, be building the barracks. So the key thing is, will he have 50 minerals when this barracks starts? Because if he does, then this SCV doesn't even save any time. So, builds the barracks while that SCV is building. I don't know. I don't know if that's beneficial or not. I guess the 16th SCV does come up a little bit better, so you can get your oral command without having any idle time on your command center. We'll see that. How this SCV does finish. So that looks like it was planned. It wasn't a mistake. You can see how the command center was never idle producing a worker, because when you go for that 12 racks, you have about 10 or 15 seconds, I think, of your command center not doing anything. So he decides to go for 13 racks, and looks like he may have eked out a small economic thing. I don't know exactly when the command center is supposed to go down on that. Of course, he had another SCV down there dealing with the one probe, so yeah. It would have been really funny if this probe ended up building a pylon doing this. He has the money, doing anything with it. Yeah, if he wanted to, he could have built this pylon and not delayed him really anything, and would have delayed that command center for some time, and maybe that would have triggered a reaction of building 2 barracks and doing pressure. I don't know, but that would have been fun if he built that pylon there. Anyways, we will be going into game number 2. Hope you enjoyed game 1.